Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode we're going to be playing our first PvP games with the new Astra list. I've been really looking forward to this. So what we've got is we've built a list with a few combos in here and just a few things I want to try out, and we've gone for additional cinder generation as well. So the combos we want to try, largely around using things like Shrapnel and then Axl Pyro as well. So obviously a couple of AoE units here, and we want to place down Flurry, which, if you don't know, Flurry is a new unit. It's 5 leadership to play, and then when it's dealt damage, it deals 2 damage to all units in range. So the plan is going to be to place Flurry down and use both of these 2 units to damage an AoE, trigger Flurry, and then use Astra's new ability to refresh all the abilities of Shrapnel or Axl, and then go again. And this could be so impactful. It could be a lot of damage churning out as well. Other things to look out for. So Scattervine is now just a nice little cinder engine you can get off early on, where you can just generate more cinder because your cinder generates Scattervines generate more cinder. We've got so many cinder resources here. So we've got Tona Mystic Manteo that generates 3 per turn, Crankbait generates 2 per turn, we've got Nectarvine generates 2 per turn. There's also a bit of utility there as well. And the other thing I want to try out is versus melee units with Turncoat and Snareling. So things that we can do is with Into the Breach, we can either Snareling twice per turn, or with enough cinder, we can Turncoat twice per turn and start trying to control the enemy units. So I think there's a lot of fun to be had here. I can't wait to jump into it, and hopefully you guys will see some of the value in these new units, and we can have a little bit of fun with it. So if you enjoy the channel, you like the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Proper like down there. Let me know what combos you want to see with the new Astra, especially because there's some really cool things we can do, and I really want to see what you guys want to know about. And I would love to try out some lists if you've got any recommendations, so pop those in the comments. If you want to support us as well, one of the best things you can do is head over to the Patreon in the link below. Absolutely love it if you could support over there, it means a lot to me. But for now, let's jump into the games. Okay, so we've come against our first opponent. There's a couple of people in Discord ready to play right now, so I've just told them the code and just figure out whoever it is that turns up first, I'm going to play against them. So we get to try out our Astra list, which I'm really excited to do. Hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun, and we'll see what kind of thing we can come up with. We've got cinder deployables here, and a triple objective one, so there's a lot going on. Lots of things to bear in mind, so let's see what works out here. One thing I've been thinking about as well, actually, which is a strange thing to think about, is these objectives always seem to be placed on a terrain piece. What if they were just completely out in the open? How much does that change them? You change the board state. Okay, so here's Zax versus Astra. Tom Bomb. I'm going to guess this is probably Brigham, who's one of the people we spoke to previously in the Discord, because I know that Robo, who's the other person who was looking at playing, their name is, I think, Robo. Okay, so there's the deployment here. We've got Deadeye Maximus. Okay, this might just be Taria, because that's the list that I play. Hang on, what's the initial? Oh no, because that's I'll get cinder, not leadership. That's why. So we could move over here. What's? Oh yeah, it's the cinder things, but they're not as important anymore. So what do we want to deploy here? We've got a bunch of options. I think we might be going for some Scattervines here and trying to just start scoring really early points. Because if we move a Scattervine to here and hold this, I think this holds it. There we go. We can grow another Scattervine over here and just try and hold this up the back and just get our cinder generation going really quickly. We can also, we've still got 3 leadership left, so who do we want to try as a first combo? Axl Pyro seems really solid, but we want to keep it as safe as possible. So let's try Axl over here. We might as well send a shot up here just in case. Okay, so they've gained 1 cinder off of this. But what we might be able to do if we're lucky, if they move forwards, we might be able to get Axl Pyro in to get the burn damage first, and then potentially activate twice. Oh, I didn't think they'd have line of sight there. Okay, so if we can get in range once, we can probably get in range twice, which does enough to kill Maximus and severely damage Deadeye. Okay, so let's see what we can do, because I'm not sure how aggressive we can be with this. We might be able to just about get Deadeye. Not quite sure, but they've got 4 leadership to deploy with, and we're going to have the same. And this could be a really good situation for Shrapnel. So Shrapnel does well into both of these units. They're both 1 damage. So Shrapnel's not going to take any nonsense from that. Okay, so here comes Beatrice. So we're going to just basically try and hold these together. We're going to have a lot of Cinder though, because we've got 1, 2. Axl generates 1, yeah, 3. So we're going to have 5. So 5 Cinder means we can... Fire Flame is 2 again though. Okay, so one of the things I think I want to do here is actually probably play out a Turncoat. So Beatrice is out of range here, which is good. I can't tell if this is in range or not. I think it might be. It is, so let's just try and get as safe as possible. Or, yeah, let's go safe. And what we can do is if we go here, take this shot, we can... Oh, we've actually trapped Axl in. Okay, so now change of plans. We need to defend Axl. So it's still going to be Shrapnel, I think, just right at the front here.
Troubleshooter here.
And then what do we do with our Cinder? I honestly think we grow another one of these and try and farm another Cinder, move out of sight here. We'll grow a Cinder back here as well. This vine can just stay there. Okay, so they're gaining 1, but we're still gaining 1 as well. They're burning here, Shrapnel's out. So this means they have to sort of commit slightly more to the board if they want to deal with Axl Pyro. We're not worried about Beatrice, because if we can get a Turncoat down and protect it, we can just steal Beatrice away permanently. And that's actually not too unlikely. They've obviously got a Zax to alleviate some of that. Yeah, so now they can Deadeye onto... Ooh, they're moving off of that. So they can Deadeye onto Zax to get this extra hit, because 1 hit doesn't do it. So Zax has to be the one to finish off Axl Pyro, or we're going to get some real good value going here.
My friends can assist.
Okay, yep, so this is... Okay, so that's their Cinder spent. Now they've got 5 resources to spend from there. But... Okay, I don't have any issue with that at all. Not worried about that too much in the slightest. And we've got a lot of Cinder to work with here. So we can actually just... Can we move? Yeah, we can move into base contact. So if this is a good shot, which it might be, I think it should be in fact. I mean, this is absolutely fine. Keep going. Bring them on. We're going to just throw more and more shots in this direction. Okay, this is just making things fun for me now. Okay, so the question is, can we get the shot onto everything we want to? So this doesn't hit all the crew. What if we moved, say, to about... What's the most important to hit? I mean, Stitchy's probably pretty important to hit, actually. So maybe this is the angle we go for and just leave Maximus. So we'll take that.
One win, one buck.
And then I think we into the breach here. Pop over this side. Take the shot again. Take a shot over here. We'll deploy... Oh wait, we've only got 3. I thought we were going to have 4. Oh, I've misjudged that. So here we want to play a Savria. And Savria can probably go about here. And we'll move Scattervine this way. We'll attack here, pick up some Cinder. Grow another Cinder back here. Who needs to move? Oh, we can grow another... Sure. Let's just grow more Scattervines and then just start throwing things down, because we can trade Scattervines next turn. Okay, I mean that's a huge crit. I'm really glad that wasn't on anything else. So here comes Rickety. Rickety can do some good damage here, but we can move in, and if it explodes we can hit it back. Yeah, that's good for us. Okay, so we're getting okay here. We do need to still work out how to deal with Stitchy, because if Stitchy goes up to 6, we're in trouble. This deals 3 to Shrapnel. Okay, that's much better for us. We'd much rather have that than have to deal with Stitchy.
Insolent face lacks a jab.
I'll be there, start.
Did they forget to activate? No, they activated. I don't think that activation did anything. I mean, at the very least we're trapped, so they're kind of fine with that, I imagine. Yep, poke our captain a little.
Hey, watch it.
So we're just going to start rushing Scattervines at people now. And trying to
Anyone want
play
ammo?
things out like Turncoat. Because Turncoat can take this game and send it out of control into a weird little spiral. Okay, so
They're counting on
we're
us.
growing Cinderolls here. I think
Heard every excuse.
if we move... Okay, we can't get to max quite, so
Watch it. Pointy staff.
this is obviously the case.
We all saw this coming.
We can shield barrier ourselves.
In the bubble.
We can't get a good line onto Stitchy. We can get a... Okay, so I think we just have to move back and start poking these. So we can... I think we move here. We shotgun this. Hope for a crit.
Very.
Into the breach. Go for another crit.
For luck.
We didn't get it.
Look, leaderly.
But if we move over here, we can grow over here. Move on to this objective and get this. Shrapnel can then just
Give
move
me another minute.
over here. Vine can move here. Vine can move down here. We don't need to grow anything else. We can just grow a cinder. Let's just grow a cinder over here. So this is an interesting one because there's a lot of things that are ticking up slowly. Oh, we forgot to deploy. I was too busy looking at my cinder resource. I forgot to deploy Turncoat. Oops. Oh no, we can't deploy because we filled up all our units. So we need to lose something here. So Savria's taking a hit, that's fine. We can start using these to start chipping away things. We can even start sending one down here to try and take a control point and stop them scoring. We can, at the moment, we can potentially use Savria and one of these to kill Stitchy if it doesn't heal itself. Because they've got lower Cinder. We've got a lot of damage potentially. We do really want to get Turncoat out here. Okay, so Stitchy's out, Stitchy heals Stitchy, yeah. So interesting enough, this gives Shrapnel a bit of purpose. I'll do Shrapnel up here and go for it. And then Savria can help killing Stitchy.
I was being timed?
So can we move? Not really. Okay, that's not good for them because they can just lose that objective potentially.
Let's set the stage.
Okay, so they're going for big plays here.
They're counting
So we need to
on
find
us.
ways of making this worthwhile. So we can obviously get a hit here.
Try these goggles of salvation.
So we're going to shield ourselves and
Now
just...
put this
Actually, we should have done this in a different order, but whatever. Hit Stitchy and then just move back down here.
crossing them out.
So see if we can get this hit. Ooh, we got the crit. Okay, that's really nice. So now we're just going to move here. Actually, we'll shoot this.
Good job, Bert.
Move here. Move in this direction. Just take more objective points. Into the breach here.
Yes, much better.
Try and clear out Maximus a little bit. We actually want this to die. Didn't want it to hit our captain, but sure. So we could go for taking that, or we can just play down Turncoat. And honestly, I think pressuring them to deal with Turncoat could be awesome. And I'm not worried about where we put it.
Proud.
So let's just bring these over here a little bit. Stay out of Beatrice's range. There we go. Okay, so this is still going okay. There's a lot to think about and a lot to do here. We do still have 3 Cinder, but 3 Leadership, but I don't know what I want to use that for. So I'm holding it on for now. It might be Flurry next turn. Because at the moment we're holding 2 of... Oh no. Yeah, we're holding 2 of the 3 objectives. Oh no, 1 of the 3 objectives. Okay, so this is one of the reasons that we needed to adjust things slightly, because this is not... This is what we wanted to protect instead of 1 damage. But it's okay, because we can lose to these and still feel good about this. Because if we get enough resource next turn, we can potentially use 1 of these to block it in and gain control of 2 of these units. So this could be... Okay, they're going to just move on to this objective now, I imagine. Okay, so they're going for 2 there. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so the question is which 2 do we go for? It's probably just the melee ones and try and block them in. Also fine here.
What's the hurry?
So the victory point game's a weird one, but I think this is still the right call. What's the range? So the question is, can we get into range of both and still keep it safe?
The flamethrower would like your attention.
So we can only get into range of 1, but if we do this,
Stay right there.
we've got plenty to do with our resources here. So what if we play, say...
Meditating.
Okay, so Shrapnel's not going to be in range up there. So I still think we go for this sort of shot. Look at that, that's huge. Got a crit, which is nice.
1 win, 1 bug.
We can take 50%. Okay, so if we move here, we can into the breach,
You can pet Berg.
send Shrapnel to shoot this. There we go, that's moving down there. This can just move over here. And if we just grow a Cinder... Can we not get it just out of range? Oh, they're going to be able to pull Beatrice out. So let's just deploy... Let's pop a Flurry down in the middle here.
Everyone, to your stations.
Wait, who even has this?
You're counting on us.
Oh, hit that, yeah. Sure. So we need to deal with this. We're holding here. It's very unlikely they can deal with this, and we can start flurrying and shrapneling things next turn, and this is the combo that we wanted to set up. Be able to shrapnel twice, flurry twice. If they Axl Pyro here, like they have to stay close to deal damage to everything, and Axl Pyro is going to just hit Flurry. Flurry's going to spin. Yeah, so this is a real risk for them. They have to try and find a way to keep Beatrice out of range. I think we're going to have a free Beatrice here. I think it's very likely, in fact. There's no Crankbait, there's nothing else coming. We can potentially even just move over here and try and steal something else next turn. Even maybe 2 things. Yep. Ooh. Yes, there we go. Flurry's getting the damage going. So they're now trapped as well. They've trapped themselves in, so we can... Wait, are we... Are Flurry's also trapped somehow? Sure. I think they're trying to kill Flurry in a way that they don't end up... Or kill the Beatrice, maybe.
Full body day.
How entertaining. Yeah, this is all going well. So we just get Beatrice, there we go.
Admiring the spoils.
So we can try and do some interesting things here. But honestly, I think what we just want to do is... Let's just maybe move out the way a little.
I am moon renowned.
Oh, that's why we can't move, so... That's fine then. So we'll push some damage over here. Can I be in that? And no, okay, so I can't do everything I want to here. But what I can do is just move back here.
Excuse us.
Encourage her. Okay, maybe not. So, oh, okay, that was an accident anyway. That was unintentional. I guess we into the breach, get Shrapnel to take another shot. Maybe this angle this time. We can deploy.
You'll be dull and limp.
Let's get Crankbait down over here. Actually, no. Quick, quick, quick. Nectarvine. I'm definitely feeling a little bit like pressured in terms of having too much to do here. But it's okay. I think we're doing alright. I may have given myself, like, bitten off more than I can chew with this. Especially with the Nectarvines.
Make friends.
Okay, this is... Yeah, the mine is gone. So they can hit this, and then we hit our own unit, which is fine. Yeah, the chopping ingredients doesn't hit any of them. We're ahead on the points game now, and our Shrapnel has been doing serious work. So for instance, down here, if they don't move someone with Atari, we can just steal their next turn. Yeah, this is so cool. I'm okay with Flurry dealing damage back to us. Spin, Flurry, spin.
If I'm going down.
The interesting thing here is we can actually shoot, move over here, activate, shoot, and then try and move down into range for that as well. This we might be able to get in range of here. I actually think it might even be the correct thing to do to just move into the... Actually, because it doesn't do it if it doesn't survive, does it? Ooh, they gave us the points. So they now need to find a way onto that point, or we just scored 2. Oh, we got 3! We're only 1 point away. Awesome. So now I think we just try and make things difficult for them in this direction. So if we just... Your mine here...
Feeling out of control.
Is Flurry still immobile? Okay, so...
Meditating.
Interesting enough, I'm okay with Shrapnel getting hit here. Because I just want to shoot everything. I don't care about Flurry taking a hit. So we'll just hit there. We'll into the breach. Send Shrapnel to here.
Sure.
We can... Okay, we're still a little short on range here. So if we send this one here, take the hit, we can move back over here. We can deploy Tona maybe?
So many choices.
Let's put Crankbait down actually over here.
Where are the refreshments?
And then let's move over here so we can't let them pull things out too far. Oops, that was a mistake. Oh well. So they have to get us off of all of these objectives to stop us winning the game. They have to pull this off to stop losing Snareling or kill it, which they can't do. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6. They can potentially kill Turncoat, but if they're doing that, there's no way they're contesting both of these objectives realistically.
It's working.
Well, actually, they could, and then just move Axl here to contest it. But this is a hard push. Like, I will be honest, I feel like Scattervines have done a lot of work this game, which is a bizarre thing to say, but they really have. Wait, are we getting 9 Cinder next turn? Okay, so they're just turning onto the captain here. I don't think they've got any chance of beating us on victory points. There we go. GG. Well played. That was a great game. Honestly, I felt quite confused, I'll be honest. There was too much going on for me to really keep track of. I felt a little bit like it was overcomplicated, and I'm curious to see if that's something that happens a lot with these versions of the game. Like, I'm usually quite happy with dealing with multiple interactions, but that just felt like there was a bit too much going on, and I don't want that to be the case. So I really enjoyed this game. If you did too, please go ahead and just let me know in the comments what you think. Was that too complicated? Was it straightforward? Was I making too many mistakes? Am I just not used to it? I'm really curious as to what you think on that front. If you like it, hit the like button. If you want to follow the channel, please do hit the subscribe. It really does make a difference to me. And lastly, as always, the Patreon's in the description below if that's how you want to support the channel. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.